Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. Coming up on this final episode of the NFL Wise of Double Take Sports Talk, we're going to discuss Super Bowl 51. We're going to take a look at some analysis. We're going to give our thoughts, final thoughts, all that good stuff. Stay tuned, because that's coming up next. All right, this is it. Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Durham. And of course, as you look on the other side of me, say hello to Derek. Watch everybody.
Hello, welcome to the show.
All right, Derek, how you feeling, man? You good?
Yeah.
Good? Yeah, okay. All right. It was a pretty interesting ending to the NFL. Super Bowl 51. You ready to rock this one? You ready to get this baby started?
Nope.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I do not blame you.
Not at all.
But even though, and thus you did, express some thoughts on the Will Walker show too. So I can see why that you're not ready to rock this with. So
No, I'm not. I'm not ready to rock this. I'm not ready to talk about it, but I am ready. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. But I still got to get my thoughts too. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's do this. In style, in the Super Bowl 51, the New England Patriots have pulled out the unimaginable, historic comeback to beat the Atlanta Falcons 34-28
You forgot one
in
word.
overtime.
You forgot one word.
What's that?
Everybody like to say historic. I like to replace that word.
Well, if you're trying to reply cheat, then I'll go with that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Yep. But in most cases, to none. I just wanted to just go over a couple of stats real quick from Super Bowl 51. Now, one of the things that caught my attention was that a lot of people had also said that there was going to be one contributing factor to the New England Patriots winning this football game, and that would be Deion Lewis. Apparently, if you're having 6 receptions on 27 yards and nobody else came out to play, that would have just took that whole game down the toilet. But, hey.
It did in the first half.
Yeah, it did. You're exactly right. It did. It did. And it didn't do them any good either in the second half either, but I think it was James White that really took over the game anyway. Yeah.
Julian Edelman too.
Yeah, Julian Edelman and James White. James White had 110 yards on 14 receptions, and Julian Edelman had 5 receptions on 87 yards. And, of course, James White had a touchdown receiving, too, and he also had 2 rushing touchdowns, which I don't understand why he did get MVP versus Tom Brady, which I thought was pretty stupid, too. But I'm not ready to get into all that.
I think Tom Brady said, yeah, it was James White. He said James White should have got the MVP.
Yeah, you can't credit yourself for, the things that you did. Yeah, you threw for 466 yards and 2 touchdowns, but you did throw a pick. James White had 3 total touchdowns, 2 rushing, and 1 receiving. So
110 yards against the Atlanta Falcons defense. That should have been MVP right there.
Yeah, that should have been MVP right there. That's what, one better off as you previewed, before Super Bowl 51. New England was ranked 8th, and Atlanta was ranked 7th. So, yeah, that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
Of course, Matt Ryan was 17 for 23, finished with 284 yards and 2 touchdowns. And key word, 2 touchdowns. No picks.
And I said that Tom Brady.
Keyword.
I said Tom Brady was going to throw a perfect game. Throw a perfect game and still won the game.
And still won the game, exactly. Yeah. New England had some pretty critical turnovers. They had one from fumble, and then Tom Brady's interception, another turnover. So that was two total turnovers. And it was the same thing with Atlanta. They had a fumble. And that was pretty much it that, called that game right there. And then New England gave up 5 sacks, and Atlanta gave up 5 sacks. So that is both defenses came to play as, top 10 ranked defense in the league. So that
was actually in the postseason.
Well, it'll still be in the league anyway, wouldn't it? Because of the season and the regular season.
Well, I don't know where they will rank in the regular season, but in the postseason, that's where they are.
That's what they were ranked.
Well, before Super Bowl.
Okay. Field goals play the factor. Matt Bryant converted all 4 of his. Steven Kostowski. No, that was extra points. Sorry. That was extra points. Actually, there was no field goals except for New England. They had 2 field goals. Steven Kostowski converted both of his, really, I should say.
But missed an extra point?
Yes, he missed an extra point. Of course, yeah, you did mention that too. So we was doing other things yesterday. Well, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Red zone efficiency, which kind of got my attention because Atlanta was 3 for 3, and then on goals to go, they was 1 for 1. But New England was 4 for 6 on red zone efficiency, and goal to go efficiency, they was 3 for 4. That was very interesting for them to finish 34 points. And you only had 2 field goals in all. Anyway, with that being said, I want to jump straight to the thoughts here. Darren, I know you express your thoughts. Like I said earlier, you express your thoughts on the Will Walker show. And I know you wanted to take a shot again and go ahead and do it on this podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and start with you. You want to go ahead and share your thoughts about Super Bowl 51?
I really already shared it, and I really didn't want to, but I will say this, though. New England do not have my trust for any reason, reason of a doubt. I totally lost respect for New England after Spygate. Deflategate really didn't matter to me, just only because I know that a lot of football teams does actually deflate their footballs. But as for New England with the whole Spygate thing, I don't trust them. And something to mention that I didn't mention yesterday to Will Walker, I don't trust New Orleans. That's another team I do not trust any circumstance. New England has given me a lot of reasons not to trust them. New England gave me all the reasons in the world to just say, hey, you know what? They did a bad first half. They didn't do it by cheating, but then in that second half, when they had a lot of time to adjust, they went on and just activate the cheating code and went on about their regular way. Now, a lot of people probably going to criticize me for saying that New England's cheating. That's how it is. Once you're a cheater, you're always a cheater. And my whole idea is, if anybody's tried to persuade or brainwash me on the behalf of saying that New England and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick is the greatest quarterback, head coach, football team in the league, you're not going to convince me. If y'all have to convince me because they are the greatest, then maybe you guys need a refresher course on life. Period. If you're going to go into a relationship and somebody did something that'll make you not trust them, but yet still you're still going to trust them after they still keep on doing what they're doing, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. Being flat out honest, real talk.
Well put. That is well put. That shows you right there that their ability to win these Super Bowls has questioned a lot of fans outside of New England. So yeah, that puts
I mean,
everything.
it could even question inside New England, but they're just too in damn denial to actually sit down and realize that.
Right. Yeah,
Too
they
in
keep
denial.
believing. They believe in themselves so much that they actually believe the lies that they put themselves on.
Yeah,
So,
your heart is hungry when you know you're lying.
exactly.
Flat out.
Exactly. Flat out. So that's a pretty strong statement, and nothing but the truth though either at the same time. And the way that you use your analogy to relate to the New England Patriots, talking about, yeah, hey, this is football. You did compare that to a relationship status.
Because it makes me mad that everybody's talking about, oh, you can't doubt them now. Oh, yes, I can. Hello. They cheated for years. They cheated you out of football games. And y'all say he's the greatest? Get the crap out of here with that. I ain't got time to hear all that.
Yeah,
no,
that's pretty bad.
It's not even worth
That's
my
pretty
time.
bad. That's
not worth my time.
I agree.
It's not even worth it. That's why I told Will Walker he's not even my top 10 quarterback. Matter of fact, now that I mentioned it, I ain't even mentioned where he's at. Way down in the rank.
You know what? I look at Tom.
Quarterbacks are better than him.
Yeah, I agree. Because I would rank him, if that was me personally, here's what I would rank him. I would rank him exactly where he got drafted.
199?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I would rank him. Just throw it out there. So, since you threw yours out there, let me throw mine out here. Now, I am going to probably receive a lot of hate about how I feel about Super Bowl 51. Just being honest. So here's what I got to say about Super Bowl 51. Super Bowl 51 was nothing but a disgrace. And why I say Super Bowl 51 was a disgrace to me, the damn game was rigged. Period. I don't care what anybody say about certain calls that was made. I don't care what the situation was. I don't care. That game was rigged. First of all, during the events of going to Super Bowl 51, allegations showed that there was a drone that flew within 35 miles of Atlanta Falcons practice facility. Now, my main question is, why the hell y'all didn't go to New England then? Y'all showed something was fishy. If y'all wanted to share this as a split, fair type of ordeal, that drone should have been, at New England too. That's just how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. Why y'all just at Atlanta's practice facility? Why?
Because they knew they couldn't stand a chance, girl. They knew it. And that first half showed it.
That is just my whole point. That damn game was rigged. Period. Rigged. Then I got to looking at some other stuff that people were saying that during the overtime game, Fox Sports had put Fox had put a plate out there saying that New England wins Super Bowl with touchdown. Now, there are a lot of ways that you can interpret that. But people had determined it saying it was still 28-28, the game was still in overtime, and it was 12 minutes left in the game, in overtime. That was the three things right there. That was the three things. But Fox had to try to cover their backtrack on what they said about New England winning Super Bowl 51 with that touchdown. And guess what ended up happening probably about 2 minutes later? Touchdown, James White, New England wins the Super Bowl. Now, here's my other problem with that ordeal and why I think that game was rigged. When James White scored that game-winning touchdown, Did the referees go and review that play? No. All touchdowns, when it comes down to a close game situation, needs to be reviewed. Period. No excuse. Even though James White's knee was down by contact and that football was past that goal line, that should have been reviewed.
Because his knee could have been down first before the ball
got to the goal line. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Nothing but a disgrace from Super Bowl 51. Nothing but total crap. New England decided they couldn't do nothing. Like you said there, they tried to play fair in the first half, but then they could not handle it. They decided they wanted to pull out the tapes from that drone, and they went on ahead and started cheating. And they dominated Atlanta with only 7 points in the second half. How the hell you do some crap like that? How do you do that?
To me, it's not defined by greatness. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's defined by greatness. No, bullcrap. Again, if you don't learn life about who to trust and who not to trust, then maybe you need to reevaluate your own. Because I'm telling you now, because there's no excuse. Like I told Will, there's no excuse for Atlanta to just lay low. There was no excuse for them to lay low. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, going into the fourth quarter, it was 28-9. At the same time, it was 28-9. They killed time. They did what they had to do for the majority of the part, but they just kept letting it slip. A lot of questionable calls I never did get to look at.
And that's another thing. You said that they burned out the clock. It was just a complete opposite. They was throwing the football left and right. Why are you throwing the football?
Oh, well, that was the part of the play calling that Kyle Shanahan I thought was ridiculously stupid on that.
It was stupid. Why are you throwing the football? You got a 28-9 lead. Why are you doing that? Are you helping New England to win this game?
Yeah, and now you're going to San Francisco as a head coach with that kind of play calling. If I was Jet York, no, we void the contract.
Yeah, that right there was
ridiculous.
Heck yeah, I'm with it. That's just stupid. And then instead of Devontae Freeman running the football like how he was doing in the first half, he decided not to show up in the second half, and they also decide that they're not going to keep relying on him to burn that clock down.
Man, Jim Caldwell did the same thing with the 2009 Indianapolis Colts. Pete Carroll did the same thing with the 2015 Seattle Seahawks. They didn't go to Marshawn Lynch in that last play. I don't know why they keep running away from these running backs. You see, New England did it. They won the game.
Yep. And that just shows you right there that greatness cannot be defined by the way New England won that game. Period.
A lot of people go and disagree. I don't care what they think.
I don't care what they think. I don't think. Okay. Here's what I think personally. The NFL, just my thought, the NFL should be digging in an investigation about that damn drone that was flying all over Atlanta's practice facility while they was practicing. Why and on God's green earth they decided to do it within the times they was not supposed to have done it, and what was their purpose in being there? Mm-hmm. The second thing that needs to happen when they do get caught, they should not take away no draft picks. They should not fine them. This is what needs to happen. This is not going to happen, but this is just my opinion.
Strip them.
They need to strip them of their Super Bowls, and they need to find them another replacement in the AFC East. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Because New England has taken away all the fun in the NFL. They have taken away all the entertainment in the NFL.
except for New England fans themselves and the New England Patriots. Except them.
Well, I'm not going to say
all the fun. They're having all the fun in the world.
Well, I'm not going to say what I really want to say on camera right now because it's more explicit.
Gotcha.
About how I feel and what New England fans can do at this moment. So I'm just going to save that for when we get off the cameras. But that's exactly what needs to happen because you can't define that type of greatness when you got a man like Tom Brady, 199 pick in the draft, probably in the final round of it, 8th, 9th, something of the sort like that. But then you dramatically go and win, what, 6?
5 Super Bowls.
5 Super Bowls? You win 5 Super Bowls. Yeah, I could understand like somebody being in the second round draft pick, 15th pick. Yeah, I could see somebody actually, as a sleeper, going to win, 3 or 4 Super Bowls. I could see that. I could see that. But at this point, it's just like being said, Tom Brady, as a New England Patriot, was dug underground, growing mold.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that boy is growing mold.
A lot of people ain't gonna say it that way.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care what they think.
No, that's right.
I do not care what they think.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, dear, I just have one thing to ask. What do you see color going ahead to the 2017 season? Just
New England winning again. New England winning again.
New cheating tricks up their sleeves?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Only this time, I believe that they're going to try to go for that perfect record.
Don't you find it kind
try.
Do what?
I said try.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. But don't you think you find it kind of weird that this favor was going to New England anyway, due to the fact that Tom Brady had got suspended for 4 games?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Something's even more weird about that. But you know what? I ain't finna get into all that. That's just a whole nother conspiracy. But hey, that's not my call. All right, Darren, anything else you want to add to this?
Absolutely not.
All right. Thought I had breaking news. I did. All right. All right. This was the Double Take Sports Talk. This is the final episode of the actual NFL regular season. Of course, we'll still keep you updated with, news, transactions, and trades, and developing stories, and all that. Of course, we're still going to keep you posted on all that. Within that, Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any concerns or thoughts of what you thought about today's show or just anything else, you can just comment on the comment section below. With me, Daryl, on the other side, next to me, opposite side of me, however you want to call it, Darren, watch everybody.
Yep.
All right. Yep. All right. Catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao.
Ciao.
This is Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. I'm Daryl Watts. If you enjoyed the podcast and would like to see more, check out our videos on YouTube. And while you're there, subscribe, like, and share our videos. We don't mind. We're also on the social media side where you can catch up on the latest news and developer stories and different stat information. Follow us on Twitter at DTST2414. Or you can follow me, Daryl, at Love University, and follow Darren also at Darren Watch 14. We're on Facebook also, Double Take Sports Talk page at the Watch Brothers. Darren's is Darren Watts on Facebook, and I am myself, Daryl Watts II on Facebook. We got the blog Feature Critical Thinking and Analysis, so you can check that out at doubleTakeSportsTalk.blogspot.com.